This is Nas from the Lenscartel Studios, and I'm about to interview Ajakkiing.
Yes, sir.
It's so nice to see you in this space.
Spot is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me more about yourself. So where did you grow up?
I was born in Kenya, so I grew up. I kind of stayed there from birth to around 9. Came here when I was 9, and I've been in Melbourne since. Moving around different places, St. Albans, Melton. Yeah.
Beautiful. I was just asking because I wanted to know what inspired the Melbourne brands. What's the story behind it?
For me, I want to. The idea is to capture the culture here in Melbourne, highlight creators and people in the scene here, and just create something for people to have a chance to, express themselves and also make something cool as well. I don't want it to be, like cringy and stuff like that. So I want to make it cool as well, but it's a big focus on the people around me and the people that I find interesting.
For sure.
And then I kind of invite them to be involved in this world that I'm building.
Great. You'd like to connect people together with your brand?
Yeah, for sure.
That's a great idea. So how did you come up with that concept for your brand?
I think it just evolved from the work that I was doing when I was younger. So I started this journey when I was 16, like in high school. Just talking with my friend, trying to figure out what I really wanted to do, and I ended up just going.
Did you try different things before
Yeah,
that too?
I tried
What other interests did you have?
selling. Like I used to sell jewelry.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I used to sell jewelry, and then I got into selling T-shirts and clothes. A lot of other side hustles as well that I can't really mention on camera, but I was just hustling from when I was younger. And then I kind of just fell in love with this thing that I was building, which kind of evolved into Melbourne brand at the end. Going back into, the early pieces that I created, trying to find out why I made them and what drove me to, capturing Melbourne and why I find it so interesting.
Because you're not only making clothes, right? I've seen some other things like accessories.
Yeah, accessories, and it's really around the content as well. I want to make engaging content, trying to capture the scene here, our slang, and the things that we do in Melbourne. So as we keep going forward and we have access to better film equipment and the right amount of people, everything kind of just scales up.
Because Melbourne culture is pretty new too, and nobody really knows about it.
Yeah, I mean for us South Sudanese people, we've only been here for 20-something years. So we're new to this world and this space that we're in right now. And I think it's gotten to a point where we're starting to express ourselves and having platforms to create as well. That's what Melbourne brand is. It's a platform to create. And it's a part of a body of work that's happening right now in the city where people are starting to express themselves and do what they really want to do.
So do you collaborate with other artists too?
Yeah. My last collaboration with Elaine and Power from so we created a few pieces. We weren't really sure if it was going to happen. It took 6 months for us to get to a point to.
Wow, from Atlanta too, that's so far away.
Yeah. Shout out to Elaine and my guy Rebel, kind of connected us all together.
Amazing.
And I was just drawn towards their artwork and what they were doing in their scene. Kind of just finding a way to bring that into my world as well.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about the materials that you use? Because you were talking to me about it before.
Yeah.
Or the meaning behind the design of your hat.
I think for me, it's not really. I don't focus on material too much. It's more about the storytelling and the visuals and the content that I make. The clothes are cool, but to be honest, I don't really. It's not something that I think about too much. I'm really focus on building this environment.
Because to you it's more about translating the message.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, it's like having a vision.
communicating through clothes.
Yeah, I have a vision for, you know, the work that I'm doing, and I know I'm not the best at certain things, so I look for the right people to get involved and collaborate to make things happen.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that's actually really interesting because what you were telling me about the hat as well, like not many people would know unless they speak to you, right?
Yeah.
So how do you find like do you how do you tell that story like beyond just the design? Like how would people relate? How would people understand people that are not like from your culture?
I think it's a conversation. The idea is to have a conversation with someone from the culture. So it doesn't really have to be me. It can be any South Sudanese person.
Yeah.
They can have a look
To
at it.
start a conversation.
Yeah. You can ask any South Sudanese person about it and they'll tell you what it means. That's the kind of idea of it. I don't want it to be like, you don't have to come up to me to understand what it means. Just ask someone that looks like me. And that gives you an opportunity to learn about us and our culture and kind of our place here in Melbourne. Yeah.
That's really cool. I really like, I've seen your other clothes. I really like it too.
Yeah.
And you do like you do pre-orders or do you just drop a collection and then like whatever stock you have, or do you order it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the
Tell me
process.
more about the process. I'm not a designer, so I don't know how it works. But yeah, you can talk maybe a little bit about that. How can people access your clothes? Like how can they make their orders?
You can just follow us on everywhere. Melbourne Brand. Yeah.
Melbourne Brand, IDs and everything. Cool. Now that's so exciting what you're doing. Is there anything else that you wanted to share that's close to your heart?
Nah, that's a tough question. I don't know. There's too many things.
What makes you happy, like on a regular basis, on like day to day? Do you feel happy most of the time? Do you feel like you're looking forward to something with your brand?
I look forward to having conversations with people, just exchanging ideas and telling stories about their upbringing and what led them to where they're at now. So that's what I really look forward to most of the time, just learning about other people and their journey in life, what motivates them.
Looking for that connection,
Yeah, because that's what it's kind of lacking in the scene here in Australia. It's a little bit of a disconnect between people from different backgrounds and different walks of life. So it's about coming together and building a culture that we can all sort of identify with. And that's what we're trying to push for.
That's part of what we're doing as well with this studio space, is to connect creatives from different kind of like cultural backgrounds and have art as a uniting medium for everybody, and have it as a safe space and cool place for everybody to not only network but just to connect on a deeper level.
Yeah. I like the space that you're building. I see the vision. I think it's cool that you're reaching out to different disciplines, people.
Oh my God, we have so many different people to come through for this exhibition. For example, there is some of the photographers. So there's a Filipino photographer that's made that art piece, the photograph.
Yeah.
And there is a woman from Lithuania.
Cool.
That's been there. She was shooting
Lithuania. Oh, true. I don't know what that is.
Lithuania. And she was taking photos in Japan.
Oh, cool.
And she was telling us a story about that and how did she come to Melbourne, because she was in the UK for a little bit too. So it's just interesting hearing like people from different backgrounds like sharing their stories and having this space for them to meet each other, because otherwise they wouldn't probably run into each other.
Yeah. That's cool.
No, it's
Appreciate the
really
work.
exciting, and we're excited to have your piece, obviously, and hopefully it's a beginning for like more exhibitions to come, more collaborations and things like that. So thank you so much for coming, and thank you for this interview, and we'll see you on Friday.
Thanks for having me. See
Thank
you guys there.
Thank you.